Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another tutorial with Mr. P.
Alright, ladies and gents, in this video we're going to have a quick look over a number of our different variable types. So the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at our double. So a double is our floating point number, so it's our decimal places. Now beside the double we could also alternatively use something called a float. So we create a float, let's call it my float, and set it to 3.5. Alright, so we can do the same thing with a double, so we can create a variable called my double, and set that to 3.5 as well. The main difference between these two things here is the precision. So a float has a precision to about 6 or 7 decimal place, whereas a double variable has a precision to about 15 digits. So it's always considered a lot safer to use a double than a float. So I tend not to use floats at all. The other thing you should know about doubles is that we can create scientific numbers using doubles. To do that, let's say for a double we use E, and then you tell it to what scientific power you want to set it to, so you can go E to say the power of 4. Right. So if we output that using cout, my double, and I'm going to set this on a new line just so I don't mess up with this code too much. So the first thing that should appear on our now is 12 to the power of 4. Right, so we get 12 with the 4 zeros at the end of it. Alright, the other thing we're going to look at here is our Booleans. So if we create a Boolean, I'll call it my bool, and then set it to say false. Alright, so the way Booleans work is if the Boolean is equal to true, the output is 1. If the Boolean is equal to false, the output is 0. Alright, so if we do a cout of my bool, right, this will output as false, so it will be a 0. And the next thing we look at is going to be our characters. So if I create a character, I'll stick my naming of my character. So we can set that to things like using double quotations, so a capital B. Alright. Alternatively, what you can do is we can use the silly values to display certain characters. So I could set my character is equal to 65. Alright, and then if I cout this, right, it will give me the silly character for 65. So if I output this, I'll get my double to the power. I'll get the false statement from my Boolean, which is 0, and then I'll get the silly character of 65, which is a capital A. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at is going to be strings. And in order to use strings, we need to add another include statement. Right, so we're going to include, and we're going to include the string header file. Alright, so let's create a string. I'll call it my string. And it's inside of double quotation marks. Let's call it greetings. And if we want, we might as well see out this as well using the my string. And then yet again force it onto a new line. Right, so if we run this, we'll now get our greetings, everything's appearing on new lines, and then there's our code. Alright, that's it for this video, ladies and gents. See you guys in the next one.